A lot of people have this saying about living life one day at a time, just living in the moment, living in the now. Obviously, very applaudable, but then when you're in school, it's like you're inside that bubble. But then think about it, there's a whole world outside, right? A whole lot of people to meet, which is why we're here today at the Exsilio conference to find out what lies beyond these four walls. My name is Adanna Onyekara, and today I cannot wait to bring you everything that the Exilio conference has in store for you. So let's go, people.
Here we go.
We've seen attitude and integrity ruin multi-million dollar companies from Northern Rock in the USA all around the world to Ponzi schemes. When you don't have integrity, no matter the level of passion, no matter the level of skill, no matter the level of infrastructure, your business cannot work. So please, let's just try and ensure that we begin to build integrity. Integrity is simply the quality of being an integer, of being one, of not being two-faced, of not being fraudulent in your dealings. And as young people, with this whole get rich quick idea, in a place where Yahoo life is glorified, in a place where laziness and flashiness is more important than hard work. It might be hard, but trust me, if you want to succeed in the long run, you've heard it from all of them. So actually, I'm working with time here. I've actually promised all of them that we'll be able to go here by 1 o'clock, but I'll just leave all of you to spare me 3 more minutes. Let me just have this last question. I have 4 questions here, but just let me have this last question because I think it's very important, and then we'll round up. So you've already touched on the idea of entrepreneurship a bit, because I feel that what you have said applies to both the employer and the employee. But I want to talk about failure right now in business, at work, or anything. So a lot of entrepreneurs confess to failing a lot before they succeed. Like he has said, you could even tag General Okunowa's business as somehow a business failure. But besides the economics of business, they tell you this cost and that cost. Not everyone here is from it. There's only one of 7 departments that are from economics. Generally, how do you know? I believe you have a business, you are a CEO, and you deal with startups to same. So how do you draw the circle? How do you know the difference between when to wash your hands and draw the curtain of over your business as to when maybe there's been a setback, major or minor, to keep persevering? I don't know whether you understand what I'm saying. Let's say you face a setback or something. How do you know it's time to close shop or it's time to take a break and continue? Please, I'll start with you, General, and then we'll move down to Joseph.
I cannot be pumping money and I cannot get anything in returns. I open a drawer. Can I tell you what I saw? Incantation. I said, what? You mean it has degenerated to this level that you doing incantation on my name not to come to my factory? You can imagine that. Can you, when you are planning business, can you ever imagine such things? Nigerians. See, I'm telling you the truth. It's there at 14. Sandy Osenebaju, ask anybody at some go get water. Very mighty factory. I just asked one the God, I'll be paying you salary. Close everything to help. Must I have stroke? Because I want to help people? Because I'm looking for money? Nonsense. So we must be conscious of the kind of people you employ. Alright? You must be serious supervision. I've tested it. There is no sentiment. If you come late once, the second time, kick that person out. Because at a point I will be thinking in the night, how am I going to sustain this business? I have this kind of money. For close to 10 years, I have not realized 100,000 from such business. So when you see a lot of things that is beyond your comprehension and you don't know how to way about it. Rather than having hypertension, close it and look for, like now, I'm thinking of, if I'm able to dispose it, let me go into properties. Build and sell. So I don't have any interaction with anybody. So even before you come and start doing incantation in my presence, I will see. It's true. You may not believe what I'm telling you. There are some extreme things that you will never imagine that human beings can go to that extent. So there is no two ways about it. The moment you don't have, like, if you have started seeing some hand of visa or whatever, just close it down and look for something else to do. God bless you.
I'm curious, why were you asked to be part of the panelists today then?
I was invited by these students, and I felt I should honor them. And I think what they want me to talk about, or which we discuss about, has to do with something that they need to know about the country and about the way the youth who are going to be the future leaders should start getting ready to take the mantle. And during the discussion, I was able to let them realize that we have problems of attitude and integrity. And if those two things, if this young generation can actually work on the attitude, integrity, so as to have a good values, national and family value system, I think it's going to go a long way to help the country. And that's why I'm here to be able to pass that message around, because now, if they are leaving, they are all going to go to different places, different sphere of endeavor. At least they should be able to be the flag bearer and carry those messages around for the betterment of the country.
Some people are making money from it, that's okay. But I'm saying, once I can't understand, I don't do it. But failure is beautiful. That experience has also taught me that when you are putting people together, know that people have different spirits pursuing them. You know, when you employ people, you don't know that people have some people, they have told them that anyway they work will not succeed. But that's just an enlightenment. But I'm just saying, you need to understand the capacity. And she has said it a lot about talent. Nigeria is the country where everybody wants to make money, yet not everybody is a wise person. So you literally mean I should employ you. Then the one they say that gets me very much is that, don't worry, sir, I will learn on the job. I'm like, so you mean I will be paying you salary? You are now learning from me. It's okay. You can work free for 4 months while you are learning. After the 4th month, after you have learned, I'll now begin to pay you. Is that okay? I tell employees, imagine if you went to work on a Tuesday morning and your boss tells you, you know, this month we have not made any sales. Can you postpone your salary? Would you agree? No, you would not. There's essentially an attitude challenge in our generation that we must kill. Entitlement mentality. We must kill it. You are not entitled to anything. If you are entitled to something and you want to prove it, go to National Assembly. Your entitlement is there, not in my office. Number 2, skill is consciously developed. It is not imagined. You cannot imagine you can use PowerPoint. If you cannot use it, go and learn it. Thirdly, not everybody is a business person. Business is not for, let me tell you something, and it's going to shock you. The reason business was initiated, if you know the reason, you won't enter it. It is not to make money. That is the offshoot of when you have met the primary problem. It is to create value. CEOs are here now. Hey, what? When it's time to pay salary, end of the month, you have to be beaten because the money that is leaving your, listen, for people that you don't even know from Adanna, go and look at any company's books and check their overhead. If it's not for fuel and diesel, it's for staff salary. And the man wakes up in the morning and gets to the office and sees the staff. Some people are sleeping, some people put their leg on the chair, some other people lie on the floor, some people are listening to Bebo there. Some people will not carry devotional. In my office, you will sleep outside. You carry devotional in the morning and say, the Lord said we should pray. We are here. No. Do it outside before you come here. By the way, I'm a Christian and pastor, so it's not that there's some who go to church, they go to the office, they now, by their computer, they are now playing message. In my office, you will sleep outside. Say we want to sanctify which atmosphere. Now these things are funny, but that's the generation we are building. We need to be conscious of this thing. Or else, this generation that, we keep complaining that the older people have spoiled Nigeria for us. I fear my own time. Because these eyes I'm seeing here. They carry the Ghana must go physically. You see this generation that is coming. The money will just be moving. You won't see it. So it's important you have that consciousness. Business is skill-based. Business is not emotions. The office you work for is not an old people's home. If you need emotional balance, it's not in the office. It's your grandparents' house. If you are coming to work, you are coming because you are skilled, because you have the right attitude, and because your brain is correctly tuned. Thank you.
University is a global development consulting company. We focus on consulting that will impact societies in Africa and basically transform the continent of Africa to become a better place for us to both live in and existing, really.
Yadiversity.
Yes, Yadiversity.
Why that name?
Okay, so Yada is the Hebrew word for knowledge.
Oh, okay.
So the foundation of everything, both education, technology, enterprise, is basically knowledge. So the idea is to position Africa as a true knowledge economy. So hence the name Yadiversity.
Amazing stuff.
Yes.
So were you invited to be part of the panelists today because of your role in the society, or just because you're a friend of the house?
No, I think it's because of my passion for enterprise development. So one of the levers of Yadiversity is our focus on enterprise development and how enterprise development can actually reshape the continent of Africa. The more businesses you have that are thriving, the more thriving businesses you have, the more jobs you create, less unemployment, more revenue, a transformational economy. So businesses have to thrive for Africa to become what it ought to be. So that's why it's an attractive thing for me. So I was invited to come talk and share my ideas about enterprise development.
Amazing stuff. Thriving businesses in Nigeria. Wow. So Nigerian youths have a future.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
But it seems so dark, right?
Yes.
Or is it just my thoughts on it?
It is actually. But of course, you will always hear this saying that this adage that says just at the end of the tunnel, there's some light, and the fact that some people are still thriving in the system.
Right.
It might not be immediate. It might not even be in the next 30 years. What is happening is that there's a shift. There's an evolution taking place. Certain conversations we're having now, we were not having 15 years ago, if you know what I mean. So that's to show you that there's progress. Progress might not be evident because the damage far outweighs the solutions. But little bits here and there. You, Adanna, doing your little bit. I, Dari, doing my little bit. And whoever's out there trying to just plug certain holes, I'm sure we will get there at some point.
Definitely. But do you think there was any positive takeaway today by the students?
Yeah, I think it was the fact that they understood that business is not just to make money. If that's your reason for doing business, you will just be surviving. And that's why we have a lot of businesses that do not grow or cannot scale or cannot meet or rise because it's just built around the owner to just fend for his immediate needs. Not really because he wants to create value, he wants to scale, he wants to become a productive person. So for you to begin to think like that, I'm sure that's why this conference was put together, to be able to allow people reshape how they think or how they see business, to be far more than just making money for yourself, but how to create value for your environment and the society as a whole.
If you start a business and fails, and you have a new business and you're looking for funding and you go into a meeting with an investor and they ask you, okay, so what happened with the old business? Why did it fail? Don't just stare at them and say, oh, I woke up with a new idea. No. You must have done some research. Is it that there was no market for it? Is it that you didn't have the right team? Is it that the market, like I said, was just not ready? Maybe the market will be ready in the future, but not right now. Is it that you're trying to scale too quickly, like you open too many branches and then you realize that the demand was not there? So you must know why you failed to ensure that you do not make the same mistakes with your new business. But failure is a beautiful thing, and do not shy away from it, learn from it, and even if you work for a company and you end up getting fired, it's fine. Go into your next interview. And when you go into your next interview, you can talk about it confidently. Talk about it confidently and talk about what you've learned from that experience and why you're a better person. Always understand that you have value, right? And you must always know what you're bringing to the table. So no matter what you go through, no matter how many businesses fail, no matter how many jobs you get fired from, as long as you know the value that you're bringing to the table, trust me, you can walk away with investment money and you can walk away with a new job.
I manage the Lagos Innovates program, which is a program for tech startups and innovation-driven enterprises.
Were you invited here as part of the panelists because of your role in Lagos State, or?
Because of my role, one, and because I've done quite a few events at Unilag, so I think I'm a friend of the house now, and they always just like to invite me back.
But then, yeah, what was the panel section about?
Okay, so the session was on business and entrepreneurship, and we were talking about the ease of doing business in Nigeria. We talked about some of the challenges that entrepreneurs face. We talked about remedies to those challenges. For example, some of the things that we offer at the Lagos State Employment Trust Fund, such as access to finance, access to market, access to talent, and mentorship as well.
And these things are accessible to just ordinary youths walking the streets of Lagos.
They are accessible, so it depends on the program that they're applying for. So there are programs for people that want to be trained and placed in jobs. There are programs for people that are just starting their business, so startups, micro startups, and tech startups as well. And there are programs for people that already have businesses and are looking for access to finance. So there are loan programs for the entrepreneurs as well.
So basically, you can just walk in and request.
Well, the good thing is we're online. So if you go to our website, lsetf.ng, you can apply to any of our programs. But if you do like to come to an office, we're in all the 20 local governments in Lagos State. You can walk into any local government, ask for the LSETF office, and they will direct you there, and you can speak to our staff. We have at least 2 staff in the offices in the different local governments.
So you feel that this panel section was worth it? You feel that these students actually took something home? Do you think that, anything will come out of this talk that we just had today?
I definitely think it was worth it. And for me, the biggest takeaway was letting them know that failure is a beautiful thing. It's not a bad thing to fail. The most important thing is for you to know why you failed in the first place and learn from it, and be able to explain to someone what you've learned from and how you're ensuring that the new business that you're setting up does not make the same mistakes, one, or if you're walking into an interview, for example, and you've just been laid off from your former place of employment, but being able to explain the things that happened and being comfortable with the value that you're bringing to the team, and knowing the value that you're bringing to the team as well, I think is very important. And as long as you can tell a good story and talk about the lessons that you've learned, I believe you should be fine.
You must appreciate what you do. They must see value in you. They must want to buy into what you do. Then, when you're done with your circle, you can move your craft beyond your circle to the next circle. But it's key that as a starter, your parents must enjoy you and enjoy what you do. Secondly, which is key, interest, respect for what you do. Why are you doing what you're doing? So let me ask a few questions. What's your passion? What's your passion? Guys, listen, please, listen. Feel free. Talk to me. What's your passion? I can't hear you. Stand up. Feel free. Can you hear her? Communicating. So you want to work with the media, yeah? What are you studying in school now? Mass comm. I'm gonna clap for her now. Why do you think communicating is your strength? How do you arrive at that? Sorry, wait, okay? Keep the... You can't embarrass yourself here. But you get some girls who like you now. You can't say, he talks too much. And for girls, nah, turn off. So you go package. So they can like you more. So how do you arrive at that? And this is what you want to do. What convinced you? Why you. Nobody talks to you. Stand up. Time to talk now. You don't hide. Yes, stand. Yes, stand. I like this guy. What's your name? Emmanuel. What are you studying? What level? 100 level. You just become. It's obvious from your energy. You need it's your first semester, second semester. You don't see any results so far. You don't see any results. Answer me. Have you seen any results? Okay, not yet. No, answer me first. Have you seen any results? First semester only. IB. You're all right. When you see this semester only, you go humble small. All of us for year one, yo! Listen. Once you go to school, year one, first semester, you say hi to a big girl. Baby, how are you? When I year one, first semester, baby. To me, second semester, you go home. Baby. So, what's your passion? Calm down. Your real passion. Yeah, like, what's your drive? What do you, aside being, of course, because we all want to do, politics, but truth is, you cannot be done with school today, and they employ you to serve as governor. So after school, you would work, build a career before you try to contest for any office. So I'm saying, before now or before then, what is your passion? What do you want to, what's that passion you have in yourself that you want to explore as a person? My God! Okay. So it's fair to say I call you a comedian, right? Where are your friends? With them. Your second. Okay, calm down. So is he funny? He's very funny. Now, okay, thank you. Sit down. Thank you. So now, this is what I'm saying now, his friends can attest to the fact that he's funny, right? Now, these friends will recommend you to those in mass comm, to those in theater arts, archaeology. He gets one boy for our class. The boy funny. Do you understand? Even after school, this same your friends. One will be MP for bank. One will be MP for Airtel. One will be MP for some brand. And they will keep recommending you. So do you understand what I mean by your peer group first should enjoy you first before any set? Was that making sense? So that's one.
Guys, join us next week as we bring you the concluding part of the Exsilio conference, Beyond Four Walls.